back to Miss B Biology. This is a revision lesson on the topic respiration. So grab your book and grab your pen and let us begin. The lesson objectives are to 1. Describe cellular respiration and 2. Compare aerobic and anaerobic respiration. All living organisms respire. Respiration is the process by which energy is released in cells. Respiration is an exothermic reaction, and this is because energy is released. Why do organisms need energy? They need energy to build complex molecules such as carbohydrates and proteins. These are amino acids, and amino acids join together to form protein. The energy is needed to form the bonds between the amino acids. Living organisms also need energy for movement. For example, in animals, energy is needed in animals to make muscles contract. And remember, when muscles contract, movement takes place. In plants, plants need energy for transport of sugar in the phloem. Energy is also needed for active transport. Remember, active transport is the movement of ions from low concentration to high concentration, and so energy is needed for that. Energy is also needed for cell division and also to keep warm. Respiration occurs in cells. There are 2 types of respiration. Do you know the name of the 2 types of respiration? Aerobic and anaerobic respiration. Let us talk about aerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration occurs in the mitochondria. Aerobic respiration uses oxygen to break down glucose to release energy. Here is the word equation for aerobic respiration. It is glucose plus oxygen to produce carbon dioxide and water. Lots of energy is released as glucose molecule is completely oxidized. Here is the chemical equation for aerobic respiration. It is C6H12O6, which is for glucose, plus O2 for oxygen to produce CO2 for carbon dioxide, plus H2O for water. Please remember this needs to be a balanced chemical equation, and so you need to put 6 in front of oxygen, 6 in front of carbon dioxide, and 6 in front of water. Lots of oxygen is needed for muscle contraction, allowing movement in animals. Oxygen becomes limited when animals are involved in certain activities, for example, if they are running. When oxygen is limited, animals respire anaerobically. This can only happen for a short period. But it is better to continue respiring, especially to run away from danger. Let us look at anaerobic respiration in muscle cells in a bit more detail. So 1. Anaerobic respiration occurs in the cytoplasm of cells. Anaerobic respiration is the breakdown of sugar in the absence of oxygen to release energy. Here is the word equation for anaerobic respiration in muscle cells. So it is glucose to produce lactic acid, and little energy released as oxidation of glucose molecule is incomplete. Anaerobic respiration also occurs in plants and yeast cells. Here is the word equation for anaerobic respiration in plants and yeast. So it is glucose to produce carbon dioxide and ethanol, and energy is released. Remember, no oxygen is required for anaerobic respiration. Anaerobic respiration in yeast is economically important as many foods are produced by this process. Anaerobic respiration in yeast is called fermentation. Yeast is used to make alcoholic drinks, for example, wine and beer. Here is a reminder of anaerobic respiration equation in yeast. So the glucose is broken down to produce carbon dioxide and ethanol. When oxygen runs out in wine and beer production, yeast cells switches to anaerobic respiration. Ethanol, which is the alcohol that is found in wine and beer, and carbon dioxide are produced. Yeast is also used in bread making. Here is a reminder of the word equation of anaerobic respiration in yeast, where glucose is broken down to produce carbon dioxide and ethanol. Yeast respire using the sugar added to dough. The carbon dioxide produced creates bubbles in the dough, causing the bread to rise. It is quiz time. Let us check our knowledge on what we have learned so far. Where does aerobic respiration occurs in cells? The answer is mitochondria. What are the two products of aerobic respiration? The answer is carbon dioxide and water. Is respiration an endothermic or exothermic reaction? The answer is exothermic. In which process oxygen is not required? Anaerobic respiration. What are the products of anaerobic respiration in yeast and plants? The answer is carbon dioxide and ethanol. Can you compare aerobic respiration to anaerobic respiration? This is a common exam question. Please remember, compare means to look at similarities and differences. This is what I want you to do for me. Use what you have learned in this video to compare anaerobic respiration in plants and animals. Write your answer in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching and all the best in your exams. Bye bye.